Alright guys, so I got my new Durafly Sea Vixen airframe here, and I'm putting it together with the new front landing gear. And I think I've got all the details and the kinks worked out of it, but when I got the airframe I had to take this wooden piece here out of the old airframe, and I basically had to use an X-Acto knife to slice along the seams to pull it apart, and then this piece of wood just pretty much pulled right out. It was only glued in with maybe two spots of light silicone. But as you can see, I've got the new retract in there, and it works really well. I put a slight bend in the control arm, and then I cut a little channel right in there to allow that arm to get in and get out of the way, just in case the retract squirmed a little bit when it was pulled up. But I'll give you a demonstration here. It goes in there pretty good. Now, before I put that bend in the arm, I just had the arm running along the side here, and I was having an issue with the front gear rotating mainly to the left, and then it would get stuck along here or along the arm, and I couldn't really figure it out. So I put the bend in there and then put that channel, and I left this arm here just kind of be like a little rest for the control arm to rest on. But now when it retracts, I've done it about 10 times now, the wheel doesn't move. And I got good movement to the left and to the right. Also, on these types of front steering wheels, I find it that it's does a world of wonder to put just a little bit of grease right here. Just paint that arm with grease and then run it up and down, and it'll make it nice and smooth. That way you don't get any binding. I did that on my my Freewing F1690 too. There are a lot of complaints about the front steering binding as it was retracting or being deployed. And I found that I had the same issue until I put some grease on that little arm, and then it completely resolved. Just a slight maintenance piece, but it's well worth it. Well worth the doing that rather than aggravation of the steel-on-steel friction. So I'm really happy with this so far. What I did with the with this particular landing gear, and I put the link on the post, but I moved the steering servo back probably 5 or 6 millimeters, and in order for me to do that, I also have to slide this back about 5 or 6 millimeters, and you can see the gap there. It should be all the way up front, but I kind of wanted to keep the nose gear in as original location as possible, which you can still kind of see the original pock marks from the little bracket that was in there, and I wanted to keep that as just about as original as possible without having to bring the whole servo forward to fit this landing gear. I just didn't like the look of it, so that's where I'm at right now. I really like the fact that I can customize this the way that I want with this airframe in half. It really makes it a lot easier. It's almost an impossible mod to do with an already built airframe or a plug-and-play airframe, but it's at least to get it to this point. You can mod it and you know, cut into the front of this and push this back to make this work. I just did it this way to keep it kind of in a as original location as possible. Now, one thing that I found that I didn't really realize is there's actually a little pocket up here in the front. It may not let me take that out. No, it's not gonna let me take it out. Anyways, there's a little pocket right there, and if you go too far forward with this, if you go too far forward with the steering, you'll go right into that pocket. Then you'll kind of lose, the backing. So something that I also took into consideration. But for any of you that want to refreshen your Vixen and want to do this landing gear mod, this is really the way to go. Thanks for watching.